Hey, namaste everyone. My name is Avinash Anand Singh. So today is Valentine Day. Let me wish all of you a very happy Valentine Day. I hope this day would bring more happiness, joy, and more experience of love in your life. Now, I thought to record this video to maybe share some perspective and share some insights which I have on the concept of Valentine Day, right? Though one side we know Valentine Day generally, if you're married, your wife is your Valentine, your husband is your Valentine, and if you're not married, the person you love, person you like the most, you go and possibly express your emotions to them, right? So this Valentine Day becomes for us as a good reminder to go and to show our love to people whom we really love, right? That's one part of the understanding of Valentine. But maybe if you look from a deeper understanding, right? And a deeper understanding that instead of looking for someone else to express our love, how often do we express love to our own self, right? How often do we make our own self our own Valentine? And this is not because it's a day to celebrate, but because if you think in a way, we are the only one who stay with our own self for the entire life, right? People come and go. Your most close people, the people you love the most, will go one day from your life. But you are going to stay with you, with your own self forever, right? So on the aspect of self-love, where do you stand? How often do you have reflected that what is that relationship I share with my own self, right? The way you have a relationship with your partner, with somebody you love, and you do so much for them, right? Unconditional love, you have care, you are willing to go to any extent to make them happy, to make them joyful, right? What about yourself? How often have you really thought about this, that if I truly love myself, what do I do for myself from that love, right? Which is a life-enhancing activity, right? So for example, if you love yourself unconditionally or truly, right, how often do you take care of your physical body, right? How often do you take care of your emotional health, your mental health? Are you doing things for yourself which is going to make your life better, right? Are you learning things which is going to improve the quality of your life you're living, right? So one aspect is think on this part. I'm just throwing some ideas for you to reflect back. It's a good day, good reminder for us to understand that where do you stand in the aspect of self-love? Because a lot of people I see, which I find, people in terms of love, they want someone else to come and fulfill them, right? They're coming from a state of lackness and they want that somebody else whom I love comes and gives me the love I need, right? But in this process, what happens is the person whom you're asking the love from, that person is also coming from a space of wanting love for himself or herself, right? There are two people coming together who are primarily empty, seeking love from outside, coming together to seek love, right? And that's not a very very enhancing, very fulfilling relationship to be in, right? Because eventually after some time, when the initial feeling of love disappears, you'd find there becomes a halo. That's why some relationship doesn't last for long, right? So, but what if you first develop the love for yourself, right? The love you need, you don't seek from outside, but you say, I love myself. And I not only theoretically, but practically, because I really understand the value I have, what I represent in this life, and I am grateful for what I have got as a human being, right? And for that, I cultivate love, I express love for myself. Now, when you are in that state of love, right, the people around you would experience that love coming from you. Because suddenly you're not in a state of wanting, or you're not in a state of lacking, you're overflowing with love. And that brings me to the second point, that what is true nature of love? Most of us, I think, misunderstand love, right? Most of us make this love as a transactional love. I see a person and the person do something for me and I love that person. So this love which we categorize as an emotion suddenly has become very transactional in nature. I love this person because this person does this thing for me, the person understands me well and all that things. But the moment the person stops doing those things which pleases me initially, my love decreases for that person. Now, in that case, is that really the love you had in the first place? Was that true, pure, authentic love? Or it was just some other emotion having the mask of love, right? So what is the true nature of love? You have to identify that part, because if you're living the love and it's a very transactional love, it will not be really giving you the emotions or the experience or the fulfillment which you desire. Now, there is a great teacher known as Paramahansa Yogananda. I remember reading one of his book in which he mentioned that when the great yogis and the sages and the saints, they penetrated to the core of the universe, right, through meditation, through their internal practices. When they penetrated to the core of the universe to identify or to find out God or to experience the source, he says that all of them said one thing which was common. They said, when we penetrated to the core of the universe, we only experience infinite love. And that's how they said, which means God is only love, right? Now what they say is, love is just not an emotion. Love is the very fabric of this universe. Love is the very foundation of this existence. Love is the very raw material through which all of us are created, right? So suddenly, from the aspect of understanding love as an emotion, you can see love as the very state of existence, very state of being, right? You are not loving somebody, but you are love, and you can just express your state of being, right? So if you start seeing love this way, right, that I'm no more loving someone because they do something for me, because I like this person, I don't like this person, because the moment liking comes in, because I like this person because there are certain qualities I like. With the very liking, disliking will also originates, because moment they stop doing the things which you like, that's the seed of disliking to erupt as well, right? So instead of seeing love because I like someone, they do something for me which pleases me, which makes me give this internal sensation of pleasure, and I like the shape and the structure, I like the person, the way it is, the voice of the person, I like the environment and the entire sensations I feel, and those are very transactional because it's conditional. You're experiencing love till the point you have these aspects, these features. The moment it goes away, your love disappears. But when we say about the love, which is the core of the existence, the very fabric of the existence, that love is the pure love. That love is unconditional, which possibly you experience as a mother, right? Because for a mother, no matter what the child does, that love sustains, right? What if you start seeing the true nature of love? That love is just not an emotion we experience, it is the very fabric of this existence. And when you see love as this unconditional love, then you will not love somebody because they have certain qualities or not. You would love everyone, because that is what is the foundation of the entire existence of the universe, of this life. So when you start seeing love from this aspect of unconditionality, then you have nothing to offer but only love, because that is the true love which you can feel for yourself, or which you are in a way. And when you start loving from that dimension, what will happen? You will start going closer to source, to God, to the existence. Because the moment you're tuning to that frequency of love, unconditional love in its true nature, you're coming slowly closer to the existence. So when you see great teachers or great beings or avatars, what they are, full of love, unconditional love, right? And that unconditional love is not to be practiced only, right? You're not going to do something to express love to somebody. You can just only become love. In the process, you're not offering love to someone, you are becoming love yourself. And wherever you go, you bring this entire loving being, loving state of being with you. So wherever you go, irrespective of who is around you, what are you offering is your state of being, is your true nature, is the loving nature, is the love in its purest form, right? I know these are big concepts and you may say these are philosophical concepts, but I think it's time for us to dwell on these concepts, because the love which we know and which we practice in the world right now is also causes a lot of pain, right? People end their life and the love stays for some time. After marriage, the love starts disappearing. We have to question then, is that love we are practicing, is it really true love or is it something else, right? And what is then true love? And how do we practice this true love? And if we start becoming true love and in its purest form, which is unconditional, uncontaminated, which is very raw material of the existence, and if we start tuning to that frequency, those thoughts and feeling that, right, for situations, for things, for people around us, for every object, living or non-living doesn't matter, because all are made up of same raw material, right? So I think this day on 14th of February, good time to reflect on this path, because I think at the end of your life, when you are on the deathbed, you would not ask what you did, what you achieved, what you did not achieve, but I think what one emotion you'll experience is, how was my life? Was it fulfilled or unfulfilled? And the one factor which would determine what answer you get is whether you really loved people unconditionally. And it includes animals, it includes plants, it includes the entire existence. Because that love will not create barriers. True love will set people free. If you can experience true love, you would experience immense freedom. I'll not say that I have experienced it fully, but during my meditation practices and during my work which I carry out, I experienced some glimpses of this true love. And believe me, it's so enlightening. It's so much of freedom. It's such tremendous power you get inside to really, but in that state you have only one thing, which is to offer this true love to more people. And there might be different means, but eventually you want to offer this. You want to offer this grace you feel inside, this unlimited joy you feel inside to everybody you meet, right? So I hope this day you reflect on this concept of unconditional love and maybe dwell on this, maybe start practicing this or start becoming it. And even nothing to become, because you are true love. Just some layers are covered on top of it. As you start peeling off the layer, the true nature comes out. And the true nature is the unconditional love, unconditional being. And the more you try to become that person, not trying to become, not the right word to say, but the more you discover your true nature, is discovery, process of discovery. The more you discover your true nature, I think you'd also get closer to what we call as God, or what we call as the source, or the infinite cause, the infinite intelligence, right? And that would be an immense accomplishment for this lifetime, right? I hope you enjoyed this video. Do share, do subscribe to our channel to get more insights. Thank you so much. God bless, and have a great day for yourself. God bless.